This is your February 2026 update on the Marin County single-family home market. On the surface, the headline suggests strength, but underneath that surface, some of the numbers are pulling in opposite directions. And when that happens in Marin real estate, leverage can quietly shift without most buyers or sellers realizing it. If you're buying or selling a single-family home in Marin, this directly affects your pricing strategy and negotiation position. At the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's noise and what actually matters. So let's get to it. Quick context. There were 3 whale sales over $6.2 million in February in Marin County real estate. That level of luxury activity meaningfully influences average pricing. So, as you watch the price charts, keep in mind that this is a month where the average looks higher than it actually is. Now, on to the charts. All right, here's the inventory. Inventory has increased from, these are the light green bars, from last month to February. Not surprising, happens every year. You can see it over there. This also includes the red line here, which are the pendant homes. I've added these now, so you can get a little idea of where sales are likely headed. Kind of easy at this time of the year going into spring. So next month, we would expect these dark green bars to also go up. It's not a perfect indicator, but it's pretty good. And then the sold homes are the green bars down here, and new listings are the blue line, which right now those are lower than the previous month. So it's like people jumped on really quick and then not so much this month. So how that actually looks over time for the quarterly numbers in new listings is new listings are way down. 42% lower than they were this time last year. Regarding the for sale homes, those are also down 10% from last year. So these are better indicators for sellers. And the sold price homes are up almost 3%. Again, this is getting us off to a strong market for sellers, and pendant homes are also up more than 11%. And here is days on market. Days on market have gone from 74 days per average per sale down to 54. So the market's definitely heating up. And this number up over here is the sales price over the original list price. That's moving towards 100, which suggests that sellers are pricing their homes more realistically to get them sold. Average days on market overall decreased 27% from last month. The quarterly number, though, is average days on market to sell a home is higher than it was last year. So that's a slightly better indicator for buyers this year than last year, and that number is over 8%. And here are the prices. We have median prices down here in the dark blue bars. We have average price here in the red line, and this green line is what sellers are currently asking for their homes. I always focus on these two. Okay, so we know there were a few whales this month. We would expect that this average number may be looking higher than it actually is. So overall, the average price sold was already down 0.3%. And if you look at it from compared to last year, it is almost 3% higher. But because of the whales, this might be overestimating the actual results, meaning could be weaker than this. Median, though, is a better indicator, and interestingly enough, that supports better numbers than the average. So the median price was up 2.4% from last month, and it is down 4% when you compare it to this time last year. So because of this quarterly number being down 4%, and we expect that this almost 3% isn't really as high as that, now they're getting a little bit more in line. You can't tell that at all, though, from the month over month. And here is the price per square foot, which you can see went down from January to February. That's really unusual, right? Buyers are getting more for their money. This is a mixed bag of statistics this month. That was nearly down 1% month over month, when we would have expected it to go up given the strength in other areas. And that is however, higher than this time last year when you take in the full quarter number. It's up 2.5%. So this is, of course, look at these numbers here. If you look at the quarterly numbers, here they are. And look at the same period last year. It's, I don't know, it's very different. So I'm not really sure what we could tell by comparing it to this time last year when this is so smooth and this is just all over the place. What this means. So the February movement looks energetic, but leverage has not dramatically shifted. It's just narrowed. Sellers still benefit from constrained supply. That part hasn't changed. Marin does not suddenly have excess inventory, but buyers are no longer chasing every property blindly either. Negotiation discipline is showing up again. Now let's answer the questions directly. Is Marin a buyer's market or a seller's market? Well, for single-family homes in Marin, it's still slightly tilted towards sellers, but it is not aggressive. It is selective. Well-positioned homes move. Overpriced ones sit. Are prices rising or falling? The answer depends on what you measure. The luxury tier can lift averages quickly, but the broader market is not accelerating in a straight line. This is not a surge cycle, it's a recalibration cycle. Is inventory increasing or decreasing? Well, seasonally, supply is expanding as we move towards spring. Structurally, supply remains pretty darn tight compared to prior years. That tension keeps the market balanced rather than extreme. Now here's the strategic takeaway. If you're buying in Marin right now, you have more negotiating clarity than you did last year. That does not mean lowballing works. It means disciplined analysis works. The right home still requires strong positioning. The wrong homes create opportunity. If you're selling a single-family home in Marin, pricing accuracy is everything. The market will reward realism. It will expose ambition. Buyers are watching days on market closely. They are paying attention to reductions. The margin for error is thinner. By the way, I'm Carrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor and 30-year Marin resident, and the person who can provide backup if you're buying or selling in Marin. And if you want my free monthly closed sales newsletter with exactly which homes closed in Marin and how much they sold above or below list, information you won't find anywhere else, that link is in the description. Next week, I'll be breaking down the Marin condo market. That comparison matters if you're deciding where to deploy capital. And if you're exploring homes for sale in Marin or thinking about selling, you'll see additional video recommendations above me. And subscribe so you don't miss these monthly no-fluff Marin real estate updates. Thank you for watching and have a great day.